What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright, so we're going to be doing randoms on healers. I gotta get some transmutation crystals. But we're going to talk about one thing really quick here. So I got to go into Kyne's yesterday. Got a few pieces. I did get the rest of the staff, but I need to, get the lightning staff of Kyne's. It's kind of important. Jewelry would be nice, but even gear, whatever. But let's talk about this set. I was initially going to put this set on my Templar, but there's a problem. Right? Casting ability or drinking a potion that applies a major buff on yourself or a group member creates a pool of Kyne's blessing for 4 seconds. You and a group member standing in Kyne's blessing restore 396 stamina and magicka every second. Now this is a great set. It's a really great set. But there's a problem because potions have a GCD. Even if you infuse and whatever, you're only getting it for 4 seconds, so there's a lapse. So you're really reliant on the major buff. And not all healing abilities apply major, not even all healing classes apply major buffs, and that within itself is a problem for my Templar specifically. Now this is my Warden, but I'll be doing the Templar next because we only get minor berserk with this. So applying a major buff. Now this is the nice thing about the Warden. This is why I logged on, because I can use that set on the Warden because of expansive Frost Cloak. I can also apply it on the Nightblade healer because I can put down my Refreshing Path and give Major Expedition. So there's a lot of things there that, I think the Psijic Order's a possibility as well. But for a healer to utilize that, race against, it's a minor anyways. It's not even a major. There's within that there's a lot of just limitations based on the healing class and what buffs. Now Argonian, with infused jewelry could have a faster uptime because they would restore a lot more magicka. So if you're an Argonian Templar healer, that would give you a little bit more viability for the set. But if you're a different race like a Khajiit, a Breton like this dude is, or another type of healing race, your limitations, because the thing is Argonians lack resources, so they're dependent on the potion passive, and infusing jewelry on an Argonian healer is very reliable. It's just you don't have the recovery on the jewelry. But the problem of it is if you infuse, you lose a little bit on that healing front. I don't even have pots, but I'm not worried about it. So I'm a little I love the set. I'm going to get it. But also I'm getting the new tanking set. I will come out with non-trial tank builds, and then I'll configure like a trial type tank builds. But I never try to get too worried about it in a lot of ways, because I never took the trials in this game very serious. I do it for sets, but if I do hard modes and that's cool. But I'm usually pugging or on the PS4. I was in a guild that ran trials. But, we were going through a transition there for a minute before I left. But, for me personally, there's certain setups and configurations. I was really looking forward to putting the set together on my Templar. That's what I really was looking forward to. I take healing in this game pretty serious, as most people know, because I was a Nightblade healer. That was my main. for a while, and of course I DK'd heal. And yes, I used to heal trials as Nightblade and DK. But so I like it when people are like, I'm the best healer and all this and all that. And I'm like, how many healers have you played? Well, I play the Templar and the Warden, or maybe Necro. I'm like, have you tried, you know, the Sword Healer or, you know, Nightblade or DK? No, then I'm never going to take your advice. Personally. No offense. Actually, it is offensive. But, you know, I just feel like I was really looking forward to putting that setup together. Now, consequently, I need another set of Sentinel too, and I need the other set. And I'll discuss monster sets and setups if you know if you're running a trial, because I'm still going to be leaning towards Sentinel for a lot of dungeon crawl. I mean, I like the new set. I'm not saying I don't, so please don't get me wrong. My big thing about this, my only thing about that set, Sentinel's a little more reliable due to the healing factor, right? And group application, where the other set, I'm trying to think of it, is more single target. So, but it's a good set because if you have two healers in a trial, you can use one with the scent and the other for the tank, more or less. So that's not a bad scenario. So I'm just saying. Check out the comments here in a minute. Now, if anybody knows of a major buff, you know what I'm saying, that the Templars provide, please do enlighten me, because off the top of my head, I can't think. I'm going to log them on next. But, you know, I'm just like, fuck. Because I wanted that set on my Temp. You know, Templar healing, no offense. I mean, I know it's like the standard. It usually bores me. So I heal very less with my Templar healer. Now, I do like DPSing with my Templar because I can do a little couple of things that I typically don't get to do on other mag tunes. And I really like that. I actually really like that a lot. That I'm able to do that. And a lot of people like discredit the Templar DPS, but every build I've ever seen usually whacks the fuck out of Templars to begin with, so it's no wonder. Now, if I do use that set on this, I do have another type of configuration I will be rolling with. So all my healers usually do have maybe a similar set, but then they're statted different, and they're like this dude. I'm not dependent on my critical. I mean, I still have crit, you know, whatever. And right now I'm using one of my sets from, you know, whatever, which my weapons are traded precise, because that's what I used to run. You know, on certain things I wanted critical healing, but since this update and since you know the ritual is just so predominant, my base heals are considerably more than any chance to heal, and I love that. Actually, I find that way more substantial, you know, in comparison. So I really do like it. I love it, actually. Love it, love it, love it. There's a lot of new players in this game, and me and my one friend, I noticed there was a technical difficulty yesterday, so I'm going to check this in a little bit to make sure everybody can hear the sound. But, you know, one of the things that there's a lot of new players, and me and my one friend were talking. He's like, you know, you should just do a guild, just even on the off chance that you know you don't want to get back into hardcore. But he was on my, he stopped in on my stream, but you guys couldn't hear him. Couldn't even hear the in-game sound because I had a technical difficulty with OBS. And I was like, okay, well, you know, whatever. I love how this other bow, and I will be bringing out a bow build. It will be on Spam Warden once he is on Dante's level. We'll be playing him today, of course, too. With also the DK healer, the Templar healer. The only one I probably won't be bringing out is the Nightblade healer because he's not set up yet. But gotta bump him. This way, just drop. I got in some decent groups. I'm still missing my Inferno staff, a false god. I need a little bit of more Kyne set. All rooms, I could use a few more pieces, but I can copy most of the stuff. I mean, you know. So then, of course, I got to get a couple more stamp setups, and we'll be good to go. And then hopefully I get my little booty into PvP. Oh yeah. This way. Nope, nope. Tank, tank, tank. Or new. Well, one dude has Evan, so it's good to see like people. Some people have tanks and stuff, so all good. Hello, old friend. Now, as a warden healer, use budding seeds. Budding seeds doesn't get used a lot, but actually, you know, depending on the format and the other healer in a trial scenario, it's actually a good ability to set on the tank because the tank can control the synergy. Turn into the quest. Alright. Yo, Harold, love what? Orbs? Irritated bowel syndrome. Oh, gotcha. I'm hoping you can hear the in-game sound. The other day you couldn't, you know, technicality and everything. But no, for the most part, I was just like, you know, this is a serious. I was looking forward to the setup. Healing orbs is great. I use healing orbs on a majority of my healers. It'll even go on my Stam Warden healer just for the synergy. I mean, you know, I've always used that as a healing utility. Not even without the hot's great. The hot is amazing, but the simple fact that it's so good for, you know, synergizing if you're not a Templar. Templar has flexibility as a flex spot. You know, yesterday, you know, I was in so many trials. I was popping in and out of trials and normals. I mean, you know, I was thinking about doing Bet Hellra or something for the weekly or whatever. But I was like, at the end of the day, I was like, oh, snap. I kept seeing them use, you know, Ellie Drain on Templars, and I just got so, you know, nauseous. I got so nauseous. And then I would see Templars running shards and healing orbs at the same. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Blech, puke. And of course, the minor buffs, I can't tell you. When I'm on my Stamp Tune, I don't care. But when, you know, I switch on a Mag Tune and I'm not getting that minor sorcery, that it's so delicious, and I don't see Templar healers applying it because they've been fed fucking bullshit. I am so disgusted. I am so irate. It's a pet peeve of mine to no end. And I'm like, what the flying fuck is going on? Who in the fuck Yeah, I'm going off. Like, really bad. So, yeah, it's pretty rough. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just like, mother, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna blah 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 blah. I get mad. Yeah, shit's real. The shit is real. Yeah, you know, to say that, you know, whatever, it, it, it'll drive me nuts. Because I'm looking for that icon. And believe you and me, I'm aware when I get it. And I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. Who in the hell fucking, where did this healer learn all this bullshit? Fuck. I'm mad. I'm irate. I'm like, you might as well kick this. So, oh boy. It is crazy. It is nuts, to say the least. Got a bunch of these. They're on so many tunes, and I should, you know, whatever. We got quite a bit to go. Yo, Fury, what's up? You mean overloaded bowel syndrome? Yeah. Good point, dude. I wish it was overloaded. Easier to solo dungeons that rely. Yeah, Orbs is amazing, man. Yeah, even, you know, I never even thought about applying that on, like, you know, solos. But now that you say it, I definitely see, you know, because the tick is amazing. It is simply phenomenal, right? And yeah, so, you know, the funny thing about it is, this is the one class, I mean, one role in Elder Scrolls that I latched onto was healing. Templar significantly was my fourth healer. No, my third or fourth. I think my fourth. And you know, like I said, I'd never anticipated to be a Nightblade healer. You know, had that not happened, had I not had to go down that road, and I had to, because Templars were DPSing, and their HOTS sucked, and next thing you know, while they were DPSing with friggin', you know, their jabs, next thing you know, people die, and I'm like, I'm so fucking frustrated. I'm so mad. And back then, leveling was actually very monotonous. You know, it took you a while to level up. I was back home when, you know, VRs just came out. You know, and it was like VR 14 was cap, or VR 16 or something like that. And that was, you know, in Craglorn was the end game. Those were the only trials at the time. So you were like, oh, okay. But when we go into skills, there is nothing. There's literally nothing that gives a major buff. Even if I morph this, there's nothing that gives you get minor expedition. There's minor magic steal. So but you got it. It's a major buff to you or anybody else. Now, I want to say, that's, you know, there's just no major buff, man. You know, even in the passes. Minor mending. Now, actually, there is something. Actually, yeah, no, I take that back. When you stand in, you get major mending. I believe you get your major mending easily. So technically you could pull this off. That would be cool. Because, you just have to keep replying every 4 seconds on top of a healing rotation. There's the minor mending. But if you do a heavy attack within your cycle, you get the major mending. You gain major mending for 3 seconds after completing a fully charged heavy attack. So you could technically pull it off with the potion rotation. And like maybe infuse too. Slightly drop the healing capabilities because that scales off your max magicka. So you would drop it just a tidbit. Keep one with the max magicka. Keep one with, and put recovery on the 2. And then put the 1 with spell power. And then, that'll make up a little bit of that loss. So that'll drop it down to about a 30-second, rotation. But you'll definitely have to keep reapplying that factor. But, yeah. Inventory check. Now we're good for now, I guess. But that's the thing. The Templar right here... I don't think it's as resourceful on the Templar as like the Warden. I just don't. I think Alrum's and Worm with Master Resto is just the way to go. It's the way to it's the safest bet. It offers consistency. Nothing wrong with the build whatsoever. Find a few minor changes as far as passives and structure, but it's a solid setup. It's just that, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got this DLC. Okay, well, I'm looking for the staffs. That would be cool if I get 1 or 2. If I got the Inferno, I'd fuck out. I'd be like, oh my god.
Burn them. The Lord Warden rules summary execution.
Okay. I don't know who queued it, but fuck me. Dude, people are starting to ask for Hell Raw Normal. And I shit you not. Why? Interesting. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys want to do Hell Raw Normal? That's different. I just missed one. No. So I saw in chat a couple of people being like, looking for a group for Hell Raw Normal. I was like, what the hell? Because it was weekly, but it's like, we lost somebody. Either DC'd or something happened. We'll give them a few seconds. If not, we'll replace them. kick him or something. I don't care what we do.
Intruder, the flesh skulker is not to be disturbed.
God, I hate that.
Lord Warden, aid me!
Consequently, I do also need another scathing mage piece as well.
Is your next target.
Where's the boss?
Go.
Right there.
His laboratory is just up ahead.
Me and my dude was loving the Haro storms the other day. We were like, hell yeah. And by the consequently, great place to level Fighter's Guild. I mean, amazing. Amazing. Way more than dungeons. Those little mini bosses that spawn from there, just chunks of Fighter's Guild experience. Tons of it. Too many, it's a headache. Good loot. Pretty good loot drops too. Go from those. I'm pretty impressed with the Haro storms. Not to say that I'm not, you know, with anchors, but anchors, you know, I mean, relatively aren't very hard, you know. And Vardenfeld never offered anything. And the ones in Somerset are pretty good. Obviously, you know, the dragons are really good too. So the last two chapters, the world events, I'm really impressed with. I'm just, you know, I'm picky about the dragons. I didn't like the I guess I wanted more a little bit. Man, I hope we get another DPS for the next boss, but that, you know, it's normal, but still, be such a pain in the ass. Even, I just don't like, I just AoE everything. I usually skip the mechanic. Have enough damage, you can skip it. Oh shit, just drop. Just drop. Oh my god, hugs. There's our fourth DPS. I just don't know. You know, I still probably won't put on a healer just because you have to do the heavy attack for the major expedition. That means every 4 seconds you got to rotate a heavy attack. And one of those weakest parts about Templar healing are hots. You can put in orbs and you can put in, you know, your resto high. A lot of your abilities are based on, you know, instance-based healing. Well, purifying light is a hot too, technically. So. Let's like the Warden. The Warden's weakest is the box and direct heals. It, you know, pros and cons of everything. DK, great AoE heals. Great, I mean, awesome AoE heals. You know, good shielding capability. You know, like the shield to the heal. But you know,
Let's see if you're still blushing when we
it's
stick
got a
your
good
head
balance
on a pike.
between hots and stuff.
Accept this gift.
But the problem of it is, oh yo man, we need.
Boil your blood.
Thank God this is normal. I would have died.
Drink up.
Anywho, see, fuck. We're always gonna get one usually, but dude's fighting that. Oh, my food buff just dropped too. How embarrassing. Just aggro it. God, man. Man, seriously, if I find any flipping staff of the Scathing Mage, I'm probably gonna have a heart attack. Oh, that sucks. Whatever. It doesn't matter, man. It's on normal. Even on Vet, I don't do this. None of us did. We're like AoE, 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 bash, AoE.
The Great Light Sentry is all that remains between us and the Warden.
Yo, man, guys. I'm so happy that everybody's accepted the 2H. No more, like, trolling me on that. Oh, you're using a 2H. Yeah, your point. I'm also healing on classes that you guys would never said it was gonna ever happen. Whatever. I know, the audacity. Templar's a great healer. I'm not saying anything against the Templar. It just peeves me, man. Why can't I... Yo, man. I can't trigger it. What the flip, yo?
Thanks to you.
Guys, see that? Wasn't even highlighting. Whatever. Tell ya. swear I'll have a heart attack. Getting that lightning staff of false god yesterday was good. I just need the inferno now. That's all I need. That's it. Inferno staff and we're good. No, 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 no. Skip, skip, skip it. Skip it, skip it, skip it. Of course not.
There is no escape from this place.
Why? Who is everywhere? Stop separating. God. Dipshits. What the hell?
They mean to escape. Slay them.
Why does my tank not have talons? I usually talon all that. I pull and then I talon. Did I ever say thank God this is normal? I'm getting a skill point out of it. Potentially a staff.
I see you, mortal.
Hit my balls. Yes.
The intruders are coming, Lord Warden. You've allowed them far enough! Fail here, and I'll feed you to the abomination!
At least one dude knows.
The Lord Warden grants you another chance at life. Now kill the
many times I've gotten that bow. Yet I can't get staffs. I've gotten that bow on this platform like 4 or 5 times. I've got the Toxic Cleave 3 or 4 times. You know? But I have yet to get a Destruction Staff of Scathing Mage. It's a crime, is what I tell you. The drop rates suck so bad in this game at times. They do it intentionally. And I think I don't even have the Lightning Staff of Scathing Mage, even on my PS. I have the Inferno, I think. I just don't think I've ever seen, and that's like the overwhelming Flame Staff. Yeah, no, yeah. Certain things are such a rarity, it's ridiculous. The things that you really want are like the most impossible to get. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, weapon drop rate should be whatever, but listen, when I literally get the Sheer Venom bow and the Sheer Venom, you know, axe and stuff constantly, maybe there's a good indication that, you know, you haven't equally distribute the drop rate between weapons. Like, I was in Halls of Fabrication twice, asked anybody, because everybody was willing to give it to me on both runs, if anybody's seen the Ice Staff of Master Architect. Nobody. And who would typically run that as a, you know, Ice Staff? You know? It's like, I just think, you know, it's my luck. Some things I get really good when I need it the most, and other times it's like, you know what, fuck you, Mystic. You're not getting it because we know you need it. It's like, ah, fuck.
Your corpses will join with the abomination!
Go, man. Can we get the Horvers? That would be cool. Avoid the Horvers. Avoid the Horvers. Like this. Really? You're fucking with me right now, Zos, right?
Flesh Atronachs are
Bastards.
tools of the dim-witted. Get moving.
Oh, we give you a Scathing Mage weapon. You wanted one, Mystic? Here, have them all.
Let's
Shut the
see how
fuck...
you
Son of a
handle the
bitch.
Warden's traps. You'll have the pleasure of meeting him.
And disc.
if you survive.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I don't think it's funny, man. I don't even care if it's a low level one. I just need the shit. if I collect it, it'll be collected. Gotta go on both sides. Pull it. Together. Okay. Last boss.
The Warden is your final obstacle. You'll find him ahead.
I'm looking for those staffs so flipping bad. You know, either that or my Inferno, my false god Inferno. It's not hard. I'd still want the staffs. Leeching one hand, I can do that. Because I already have it. I already have one.
Meet Lyran's clan for yourself. They fit quite comfortably. You fools are beneath me. My shadows will...
Why is there no portal lock for your life? That would have been bad in a vet.
Shadows will contend with you. What did Lyran promise you? Why ain't that rich? Now no spoils here but death. The clan deserves their
Get this
fate.
thing off me.
Their souls will serve me unendingly. Impressive! For insects, all you've done is delay the inevitable. Run, mortal!
Go to sleep.
No! I will not suffer this!
My clan suffered it. And now You will. You live. Where? What?
If anybody has that staff, I will either I would freak. Just I'll take. Can always collect it. I think I have the hands, but the boots. I think I actually do need skating. I think I have everything but the boots. I'm pretty sure. I can't believe this. Ugh. No. I wasn't looking for leeching. Uh-oh. Somebody has skate robe? Okay. Don't know what trade it was in a check. Alright. Okay, 5 minutes. I'm gonna take a quick bio. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh. Anyways, let's get these transmutations. I gotta break stuff down too. But, man, my luck just, ugh. Oh, we'll check out that robe though. Could have got a good robe. Saves me a transmutation potentially. Nah, not really. But
There's an urgent task for you.
all right. Like I said, I mean, ugh, such a pain. Boots of sheer venom. I have this. I have the Jackson fuse though. I'll hold on to it for now. I'll keep the rope for now. There's a bunch of stuff in here I have. I can't believe this bull crap. Hey, mister, we're gonna hook you up, man. I don't know if I'll hold on to it for now, but I'll take a look. I have the Maul of the Skating Mage collected. Wow. Amazing. It's always been my dream to own the Maul. Alright. And I have so many of these, I'm not even worried about it. Alright. Switching tunes. See if the DK healer can get himself into. I do got to change one thing really quick on him before I queue him up. Got to change out his abilities and stuff. Get one morph. I really do like DK healing. Especially since the changes, from when I first started to where it's at now. Really do. Let me check out the comments. I had one of those a month ago. Decon that could have. Yeah. Is being touchy today, is it? How many tenderizes can any? Yeah, I was going. Yeah, you know the funny thing about it is you know, I mean, there's a lot of things about this game and the PvE. I just felt like I really do like a lot of the mechanics that Zoss implements in PvE. I really do. It's just the carryover from PvE to PvP with some of these procs that makes it a little bit of, you know, beyond obnoxious and beyond, you know, ridiculous. And I'm like, oh, jeez, Matesis. You take a look at a set and you're like, you know they didn't put that in for PvE. You know darn well that they did not put that in for PvP. You know it. I know it. They know it. Everyone knows it. And you tuned it that high? Oh my god, get real. You know? You're just completely, you know. Okay, yeah, I need to cauterize. I think everything else is good. I believe. Yep. I need to morph that. I need skill points. Oh, snap. You know, do I want to give up one of these abilities currently to do it? I mean, I could. I mean, I don't see me. Because I want that really bad. Well, I don't even need. Well, I only did a morph. Anywho. Alright, so let me switch out my bar here. Okay, there's my rest of the side. So, obviously my healing springs, my combat prayer. I always put my Ignis shield on this bar. Very important. Keep that there. The other AoE goes on that side. Oh, that's right. My force siphon. Well, we'll put the shield on the back right here. It's not a problem. And then I usually put my war horn on this. On this will build over right on the front end. Then I'll put the barrier on the back side. Always the wall for the off balance. My Cinder Storm goes where my Healing Springs is on the opposite bar. I usually put my other direct heal right here, which is, you know, good for me. There's Cauterize, it stays put. And then I usually put it, like, my Ignis weapons for my utility or something. That's what I typically do. So that's how I usually run it up. But shield, you know, this is good too as a healer, volatile armor. But, you know. But I usually put Igneous weapons, so I offer the group buff. So, because, you know, casting, you know, an ability is very important due to passives. Alright. But you get double buff basically. Then assault. Then I can also put a cleanse, you know, from the other ability if I wanted to. You know, from the support, which is purge. I can put purge there. You know, if I want to use purge, but it's so expensive. I guess I should level it so I can get the morph, which reduces the cost, but it's still so expensive. Alright, and then you can also put the Sigic Order skill there too, which is, you know, the bubble. I don't even know why I have those, whatever. Yep, no more Ellie Drain on this dude. He's done with Ellie Drain. No Ellie Drains. None. Some of the, like I said, you know, I think I'll probably end up staying with Alrums. More than likely on my Templar with Worm. It's a good setup. I'm just switching Munduses around these days. Speaking of. Okay, yeah. I do got to finish this dude's trading, so that's why I need these. So I'm going to post this build tomorrow, hopefully. And because there was another viewer who wanted this build for DK healing. And this will be out next. So we're going to launch the DK healer build tomorrow. And then once I get more transmutation stones, I'll retire him, and then I'll be bringing out his DPS counterpart. So I have the entire setup sets for that. I don't have to worry about that. So that's one less headache for me.
Has need of you, comrade.
But we're gonna get. I've also got to go back in Veteran Shrine Hollows to farm up a lightning staff. So I'll do normal, and then once I collect everything, I might do vets. But solo arenas, I've never been a fan because a lot of configurations I utilize is static, like that new Sork. The both Sork builds I'm coming out with are static setups. I don't want those critical values to drop. And when you use a 2H, a specialized 2H, unless it has a critical, on perfected, you're actually going to be hindering yourself, even if you precise it, because a lot of times that's what I do. But the bow's always going to precise, but you still drop it, and then if you think you're getting more out of it, but if you nerd hone it, then you end up losing anyways, because the nerd. So say if I'm using a bow, and it gets a critical passive on the bow, right? The Nern Hone applies to all of my abilities, not just, Endless Hail or whatever. Now, I use Master Bow, Poison Ejector, because that gives me 300 across the board on all of my single target abilities. But that's meant for single target, burn. And I don't utilize that in all configurations either. Only my Blade there's like 2 or 3 builds I've ever utilized, even that bow. And there's only been one bow I've ever used on the other Nightblade build I had, because I ran a bow build on the Blade. A disease build. And I used Snipe because that, or was it the DK? Well, anyways, it amplified all of my poison and disease damage from Sanctum. And I had the normal. The Perfected is literally not worth the headache, but I mean, if you wanted the feats for Vet Sanctorium, you could do it, but I think it's like it adds like point something seconds to the modifier or something, but the rotation or reduces, I don't know, but I forget. But a lot of times I run static. I typically run static setups. Now, even on this build, on my DPS build on this, I use the burning set, and so off the top of my head, so it's right on here. But anyways, he uses the set, the burning spell weave. I thought it was spell weave, but I never drop off of a 2 because of that critical value. My 4th setup bonus is crit. So when I do all this, I don't want to lose that critical value. There's no staff that currently, I think Masters, that offer a perfected crit value. And I'm not willing to give it up because I Nern hone it anyways. So I'm like, no. I don't do it. I've tested it multiple times, and it's like I'm losing DPS. I'm losing it. I'm not gaining it. I'm fucking losing it. I get all peeved. And that's why a lot of setups I don't utilize certain weapons. People are like, I'm losing DPS, you dipshits. How I configure, I'm losing DPS. No. I'm not going to put a weapon on there. Right now, I don't even need to get before you used to have to do it on bet. You can just get it on normal now, even perfected. But when you look up perfected, and I was on PTS multiple times prior to my leaving when perfected stuff came out. And I looked it up when I came back. I've never seen a weapon with one of the perfected weapons with a critical value. The Maelstrom staffs give penetrating value. Why? Why, Zoss? Why? Why? Light armor's already got enough pen. Why? That should be a crit. I'm gonna stick up for the people who utilize that staff. That should be a crit. Not a friggin' pen. The only time the pen's going to do you any good is if you're soloing anything. That's the killer. That's. Oh, no wonder. I'm like, why am I not getting a Q? That's probably why. That's why I get so aggravated sometimes, man. I get so aggravated sometimes. Oh, that's the daily today, and I still didn't pick it up. Oh well, I don't give a shit. It's on normal. That's why I get so aggravated, because it's like, you guys know what you're doing there.
Perhaps we'll actually find Helen here tonight.
That was your opinion last night, too.
Yes.
Move to flank!
For my unwavering love.
I might take him on the trials tonight if I do them. Me and my dude's been doing stuff since he's been back a little bit every day. And it's been blast.
Civilians doing down here?
Drugs. I'm guessing kidnapped from the city.
Yeah, right. You stay here and help these people. I'll take our friends to find Helen Gare. What's going on? Wait!
Come on, guys.
Damn it!
See, I get scared when people don't understand these mechanics. Man, that just cost me a lot. Damn it, I need to stop that. Bad muscle memory. Oh, this current configuration. Ugh. I have too many. Damn it, I gotta quit that. That's 7 fucking K. Damn.
There he is. My set's tears. What's going on here? You got what you wanted out of my children. You promised to return the favor.
Hold on.
I don't care what it takes, just keep them away. They're here. They are not to proceed further, Garen.
Damn it, DPS. I was wondering where he was. I'm like, where the hell's my tank? It says he's in the room.
You will not harm the masters.
Damn it, Mystic. Did it again. I want a barrier because I just feel like Yayef. Look what you've done. Like Sentinel. I remember when I started using Sentinel. And you guys can look that up. I believe I was like the first to even started using it. I'm like, mother. I used and I used it on this build. This build was actually the one that started Sentinel. Same with thing with the Nightblade, because it's resources. Back then, the orbs didn't give resources, right? But the synergy did. So I used orbs for the synergy, and I used Sentinel. And now it's very effective on any effect. Like even Templar, I'll switch out my shards for orbs. A lot of times.
Get this over with. I'll talk to them, make them understand. Maybe I'll get through this time. Aline, Lorraine, it's your father. I love you, and I want to talk to you. It's all right. These people are here to help you. Forgive me.
You really can't do anything yourself.
Take a breather, Elite. Need some help, Elite.
Anything to have died in their place.
Ellinger! He's dead, you bastard!
Yayup is dead.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you.
Do what you want. I have nothing left to live for.
Get out of my way. Of course that's not enough. We thought Pellinger was in danger. We came down here to rescue him. Every shambling corpse in this place he created. I can't begin to count the number who've died. It's going to be like that, is it?
From the trial. All right.
Be thankful my hand was stayed. You deserve to die down here next to your children. Yayef and I risked our lives to come down here.
Yay. Anyways, I think there's a lot of positives that's been going into the healing into ESO across the board. I mean, so I'm always really happy with how the game's progressed. And especially, you know, Stam Sork's, toolkit looks so much better. So much better in so many ways. So, there's been a lot of, in the couple years that I've been gone, there's been a significant amount of, improvement. You know, so I'm going to give that recognition, of course. I would like to see a couple of, other sets other than Spell Power Cure that potentially provide the buff, but with different stat arrangements. And that's something, I'm just going to nitpick at, because it's like, it's not to say, I just like, everybody is running the same configuration on heals because, well, that buff. But that's not to say, hey, can we literally try to figure out another, set besides Allrooms and Spell Power Cure that give that buff, right? They give it, but, stat and configurations could be different, So, I mean, support sets for healers are abundant. The problem of it is a lot of people don't want to deter because of, the configurations for group setups.
Pride in your work, I always.
And, like, shielding. A lot of healers could run shield builds. Like, I just scrapped Combat's Physician, and I used to love Combat's Physician on my Blade. It really was a great setup, especially with Spell Power Cure. Ace was spell power cure combat's physician. Excuse me. And it was a great setup. It was an amazing, amazing setup. All day, every day. I would eat that up for a build on the blade. But like I said, I mean, when it comes down to, you know, we have these buffs, but we have limited application and resources to draw from. And I think there is definitely more room to grow as far as, you know, sets go. So would I like to see, you know, ZOS implement, you know, other potential sets that, you know, are maybe in dungeons and DLCs in the future? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I think that's one of the most appealing things to the game is how many different ways you can acquire something. Let's get out my Warden Healer first, my other Warden Healer. So, got lots of heals. Lots and lots of heals. Heals for days. Heals for days. So yeah, I'll be configuring, you know, my Templar this week. As soon as I get the DK out tomorrow, hopefully. And then, because, you know, I got to just finish his Undaunted, tap him off. We'll be bringing out the Sword Keeler once I acquire the staff. And then follow with the Wardens. The Necro will be coming out following the DK. He's already set up for the most part. I just got to put him in new gear. And of course, any transmutation for that as well. The Necro will come out, but the Templar will come out prior to the Necro. Even though I do have, you know, the Necros Undaunted and everything. So, we'll get that all laid out as well. I think it'll be good.
I must finish this.
Alright. Slightly different setup here. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about switching this up too. Just to have a little bit more consistency. Like I could put the bubbling right over here. Seeds. I usually like to keep like some consistency in mine. And then put my Betty Netch right, or my Bull Netch right here. Keep the minor vulnerability right there. And then we'll put the Frost Cloak right where this is at. And there was something else. There's that. That's that. Yeah, I think we're good. Yep. We're golden. Alright. Once again, I just have Combat Prayer and Healing Springs. Healing Springs is to proc the Master Restoration Staff. Combat Prayer, obviously, the Berserk. And then the Expansive Frost Cloak. Very important for this build. Of course, Echoing Vigor to proc up my Powerful Assault. So I'm Khajiit. And like I said, I think Khajiit's. This is the daily too.
Dare touch me, vampire? I may fall today, but by Onsi's bright blade, I will take you with
I didn't pick it up though. God, go figure.
Kill them all!
See, nobody questions a Khajiit healer. Or like, oh, it's a Khajiit. He's got a resto staff. He's got orbs. He's probably running Sanctuary. I even got budding seeds, but my orbs go where my budding seeds are. Why? That's why I need a little bit of magicka. By the time I'm done with the build, it'll have about 16k and about 32, about 33 stamina. Nobody's paying attention to the mechanics. Could probably pull off a little bit more magic recovery since I'm using the bull match. Potentially. I'll have to monitor that.
Well done, Wayfarer. Up there, at the door. Fire watch sigil. This blogger kid must have used Tuwaka's gaze to unlock it.
How far down does this room go? Surely
I don't know. No fire watch sigil is mentioned.
Oh. Damn it.
Wounding, help us. The door is sealed. And
Someone
without
touch it.
Tuwaka's gaze.
Wait, Shlia. Floor. More sigils. Perhaps they correspond to one.
You may be right, Vampire. Look
Maybe
around.
right,
We must
Vampire.
keep up the pursuit.
Yeah, he'll be running a 5-1-1 config for sure, just because of the resources. he'll have enough crit with, you know, with the precise and stuff. And the Thief Mundus, so. And those base stats will raise up the healing on both factors. Stamina, I want to be around 33 though, so we'll be good.
Another sealed door. Any ideas, Bloodbringer?
A few. The corresponding.
Ah, that thing won't come to life. How else are we supposed to get it to strike those sigils?
Over here. Tank, what are you doing? Jesus. Come on. There we go. Oh, there we got it.
Friends, the door unsealed. It's just.
Grave Guardian Chris. God, I love Grave Guardian.
Never mind.
Love that set.
Solaria managed to capture it.
I love this set. It's already on 2 of my builds. Already. It'll be on probably. You know, I'll put out the builds, but I'm going to use the one trial set with Thorax back. That's the way I'm going to go on my tanks, on my three tanks. My other 2 support tanks are slightly different, so. Where they'll still run a Torox, but and all my tanks run tremor scale. It's just the way to go. It's just the way to go. I mean, what it does is just so good, you know, for group applications and stuff. It's so good. But I like this setup too. I mean, I do love this set. I think it's a strong, strong set.
I've explored more tombs than I care to record. I've never seen
Enough with your academics, then. We did not come here to study. We came here to stop your brother. I had no idea.
Are you ready to die?
Stood in the front.
Do not let your troublemakers reach the center of the truth.
The next boss is gonna be fun. Wait. Overzealous motherfuckers.
Join me in death. Come on.
Oh my god. You're an idiot.
Let the madness in.
knew it. Idiots. I try to tell you. Trying to keep up with him, so oh, is it the other way? Okay, I guess it is. I'm like, I tried to tell you guys.
We're almost there. I can sense it crawling up my spine. Something profoundly evil lurks here.
Whatever it is, whatever these beasts have conjured here, it will face a lasting death at our hands. kill you for what you've done.
By all means, try. Our patron demanded the remains of the Grey Host. What's the harm in having a few more corpses?
Artavare.
Yo, tank.
Go. Kill that fiend.
And feed you to the pit! Beneath your feet, there's only death!
Nice.
Damn you, Fenorian. That was my fight.
A fight you would have lost. I don't expect
You're right, of course.
all the same.
Fenorian,
Nice!
I understand why you did what you did. One day I will make my peace with it. In the meantime, I will put the life you saved to good use.
I trust you will, Shalaria. As for me, I have some investigating to do. Starting with this mysterious patron, Kyne.
It's good. It's good, it's good, it's good. Get those transmutations. Do this up. You can always use some skill points, especially in that nice big fat Rusto tree. Not that I'm whatever. Increase healing staff. Healing. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We'll get it. Gonna get the maturation. So and of course I'm gonna have to get Purge put on this dude as well. I always run Purge, you know, I mean I level it, and then depending on the scenario, depending on the healer, if I'm not on the cleric, I'll at least bar it if it's required. So you're gonna need it most of the time. Another good reason why you wanna, like with Stam Warden healer, usually the mag healer will have a cleanse. Typically I don't have to worry about it. If well, I've never trialed heal with this, but if you were running it, you wouldn't have to typically. But you should still have it in case. But orbs will go here for synergy. It's good that you have it, but the orbs is, you know, the healing orbs is a nice hot. So I only run, typically I only ran 3 mag abilities on a Stam Warden healer. Only 3. This one I'm running 4 because I'm running the Master Staff, which is the Healing Springs, which is fine because I restore 25 magicka every time you or an ally is healed, you know, so and that's one every second, and you know, so that, you know, it comes in handy. The Growing Swarm is a great effect, right? It's a really good effect on this. So the Fletcher Flies rip through original enemies, the original enemies, and that's very important because it is the one that you set this ability to, which is the boss. And the bleeds ignore the pen, but the minor vulnerability applies, so I don't need a lightning staff. but I do apply that. And notice that what minor vulnerability does. It increases damage, not just attacks, weaving. That's why healers don't get from lightning staffs. To see a healer with a fucking flame staff or anything, you know, you only need one healer with it in a trial scenario. But in a four-man or anything, if you're not applying minor vulnerability, they're losing significant DPS. You know? I mean, I can't stress that. But that's another reason why I put Slime Crawl on my one configuration, because a lot of abilities are circumference. Well, the Fletcher Flies, you know, handles that scenario for me in a lot of situations. Now, Enchanted Forest scales. You know, so it's a scaling effect. So, you know, I don't have to have a Magicka. I can scale this stamina as well. So, but yeah, it's good. Look at that, 13. That is my biggest. The radius, 15 meters. It's kind of questionable, but in a lot of trial scenarios, you stack anyways. Remember, powerful assault. It's whatever. And then, you know, the Soothing Spores, really nice little burst heal. That'll get good. You know, Green Lotus. This is my, you know, my biggest thing about this ability. It, you know, it's 15-10. You know, on light attacks. So I'm always light attacking. But you know, it applies to a person who's needing that little, who's getting hit. So it's like it substitutes the hots, but that's why the healing orbs go here, because it's an AOE hot. You know, so I throw out the hots, and then I rely on Soothing Spores for the burst. You know, and then apply, you know, this and Bull Netch, you know, that, you know, usually gives me my major brutality and sorcery. My major sorcery is also a scaling effect. So Combat Prayer currently is only healing for 3-7. When I apply this, it goes up to 4-2. So I don't understand why most people don't think I don't know what I'm doing when I do. It's like, I got this. But thank you. We got this. I know what I'm doing. So, been doing this a lot longer than most people, healing on all, you know, alternate classes. I know, the audacity. But yeah. So, I think there's been a lot of improvements. I just don't think I'm going to be running that set on my Warden. It's kind of bums me out somewhat, but it is what it is. Anyways, Harold, thank you for stopping in and talking to me. Thank you, guys. And Furion, thank you, man. If you guys don't know who my boy Furion is, man, make sure you guys go check him out. But, yeah, definitely. I will get these builds put out. DK will be on deck tomorrow. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But, as always, thank you guys for stopping in. I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs. Have a nice day.